chill out, bro. Chill.
So the much taller gentleman that you saw stands 6'7". He's a personal trainer and he is 32 years old. The gentleman who he ran up on, looks like he was pretty much dominated by, was a much shorter 57-year-old. And our topic today is, does muscle equal strength? Let's talk about it. Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy Coach E-Kong, and this is my weekly vlog, New Vision for Your Nutrition, my unfiltered perspective, tips and advice on health. Today's topic is muscle equals strength. So when you're training for muscle, you're basically looking at having a cosmetic look, a look to show that you fill up your clothes very well. And to do that, there's a process that's basically you're looking to exert as much and exhaust as much of the muscle as possible to allow it to grow as much as possible. So you're very specific in really detailing the areas of your body that you want to grow, whether that be the bicep. You want to basically do curls, the full extension curls. You want to slow down in your speed. You want to squeeze at the top. Everything is very controlled and very concise in your action, because your most important thing in that moment is to break down the fibers of the muscle to the point where they're totally exhausted, totally exerted, and that way when they repair, it will repair in a very full belly. And so ultimately, when you're training for muscle, you're really doing a complete exhaustion of the muscle in the body. And I'm repetitive in saying that, exhaustion and completion, because when you're training for strength, it's very much performance based. It's very much explosive movements, and the main thing you want to focus on is the central nervous system. And basically, the central nervous system gets its most impact in compound movements. Examples of those would be like your squats, right? Or deadlifts. Very foundational exercises like the bench press. These are movements where, for the most part, you're very explosive, you're very controlled, but you're not necessarily looking to provide yourself a lot of, let's say, repetitions. Your volume, the amount that you do for strength, is not necessarily about doing a high volume, a high amount, right? So you'll likely see people who are training for strength, they're likely training with resistance bands, with ropes. A lot of times you'll see like the parachutes, things that will kind of allow them bursts, resistance in burst movements. Whereas when you're training for muscle or the look, you're likely just probably going to be able to do 8 to 10 reps about 3 to 4 times for your set to get that nice complete look of having muscles. They're not doing 1,000 sit-ups. They're not,
and 5, 4, 3.
Not doing 100 curls. I mean, they're going to be doing a lot of weightlifting, but their weightlifting is likely going to be moderate to low volume. By that I mean something like maybe an average of 5 reps, and they're probably going to be doing large, much heavier amounts.
I'm the American record holder in log press overhead, and that is at 455 pounds.
Back for your head, there you go. Push it.
I can do a lot more actually, but I just haven't had to do it in the show.
All right, so bringing it back to the video, what we see examples of in strength and muscle is you have the much shorter, older gentleman put the much larger, cosmetically impressive gentleman trainer in a headlock. And what you'll find is that although the much taller gentleman has muscles, he looks like he's, you know, a little bit more fit, maybe in more shape. He was probably surprised by the strength, because with strength, again, it's explosive, and once someone can lock in on you like that, it's their muscles, the environment that their muscles have been in most cases, are in those real short, powerful practices, as opposed to the very elongated, high volume, repetitive action, where the muscles aren't really learning anything. They're just tearing apart and they're growing. To build strength, you want to be in a position where you put your muscles in a very condensed, short, explosive, powerful practice, time and time again. At the end result basically being is that, I mean, muscle does not equal strength. You can definitely have a lot of muscles and be dominated by someone who is much stronger, regardless of their size or their age. If they have the strength that has been cultivated over time, you with your muscles may be at a disadvantage. It's your boy, Coach Econ. Hope you guys enjoy the blog. Feel free to comment, hit me up with questions, follow me on all of my social sites, all my media, and I thank you guys so much for watching. It's your boy, Coach Econ. I'm out.